Hey guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, and today's video is Nextiva Voice over IP Phone System Review 2020. Again, this is going to be an in-depth review of Nextiva's business phone system for 2020. Basically, what this is going to be is our experiences with them and just some pointers and things to know about them if you are thinking about using them for your business phone system. So at the time of this video, we've worked with Nextiva now for almost about 3.5–4 years. So here's our honest review. Nextiva is based in Scottsdale, Arizona. They charge on a per extension per user basis. So for those of you who have been researching new phone systems, you know what I'm talking about. Where, if you've got 10 employees and you need 10 phones or extensions with 10 separate voicemails, with a company like Nextiva, as is with most VoIP carriers, you would pay a per extension charge per month, for each user. And then plus taxes and then whatever other potential add-on features that you've got. Prices with Nextiva start at around about $19.98 per extension. It can go up as high as almost, for their regular platform, which, isn't their platform that specializes in higher end things like call centers and whatnot. For their regular platform that typical customers need, they can go up as high as about $24.95 per extension. That would be if you're somebody who needs like phones included or something like that. But typically, if you've got your own phones, you can get almost as low as about $20 per month. So we'll say with phones that you already have yourself, or if you're going to buy your phones outright from Nextiva or third-party source, you would pay approximately $20 a month. If you need phones or need equipment subsidized in the plan, you would pay close to $25 a month before taxes, surcharges, and any other additional add-ons that, $25 per month per user before any taxes, surcharges, or other add-on features that you may want. The average contract term with Nextiva typically ranges from 24 to 36 months. Typically, the contracts that I usually see are 24-month terms, but a lot of times, if you see the pricing that they quote you and you say, oh man, I want something better than that, they may say, okay, we'll go a little bit lower on the monthly price if you're willing to give us a little and sign a 36-month agreement instead of a 24-month agreement. We've seen some people go on 36, but the majority of the customers that I've worked with US nationwide that have chosen Nextiva as their provider, they typically go for the 24-month term, which is usually, I guess we could say, Nextiva's sweet spot as far as to get a good deal, but also, keep them pleased on how long they can guarantee that they'll be able to keep your business and keep you on the platform. Let's see here. As I already mentioned, if you want phones included in your plan, and I get asked this question all the time, oh, Prince, how come Nextiva included my phones for free, which is great, but they want me to sign a 24-month agreement, or they want me to sign a 12-month agreement. I want a month-to-month. Not only with Nextiva, but with any carrier, you can forget it. Nextiva has an unofficial rule, unless you're a special scenario, like a larger business or something like that, or you're bringing what I call leverage to the table. You need a ton of extensions, or you've got like a franchise opportunity for them where you say, hey, if you sign us up with a good deal, we're going to talk to corporate and get you a bunch more locations or whatever. If you don't have leverage like that and you're the average customer, you are not going to get free phones for anything with Nextiva, typically less than a 24-month agreement. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, oh man, I'm going to get a month-to-month, they're going to put phones in at no extra charge, you can forget it. You're looking at a 24-month agreement, which is pretty much the same with all the other carriers, but I just want to throw that out there. Let's see here. Nextiva tends to be one of the more competitive voice over IP carriers, and by competitive I mean by way of their pricing. As far as what they charge per user, they tend to be one of the most competitive companies out there in the top 3, alongside Vonage Business and Nextiva. Vonage Business and Ring Central. They tend to be one of the most competitive alongside those guys as far as coming in at a really low and really fair per user per extension price, for not only their willingness and ability to subsidize equipment for you so that you don't have to actually pay for phones outright, especially if you're someone that needs a lot of phones, like 20 phones or more for your staff, but they also include a lot of the business class level features in the platform at no extra cost that, you know, you would see some of the Fortune 500 companies have in a phone system and things like that. So they tend to be really competitive about being super feature rich, the ability to give you hardware at virtually no extra cost at a really fair monthly price on a really, you know, reasonable, you know, term as far as how long they want you to sign the agreement for service. They come in our opinion, very fair. Let's see here. As I already stated, free phones, free phones for Nextiva offered at the time of this video tend to be the Polycom VVX 250, great phone, by the way, which we did a separate review on in another video, and the Yealink T46S, but they have many other options as well. Polycom's, Yealink, Panasonic, you know, some lower end phones than the ones I just mentioned, and some much, much higher end phones. They also offer some of the conference phones that you see are what we call the Starfish phones, like some of the Polycom sound stations, as well as some Yealink conference phones, whichever you feel is best for your needs. So they don't just have those two phones. They have dozens and dozens of other phones, which if you contact me, I can send you the PDF that shows the phones that they offer, you know, at the time that you message me on their platform, and shows the different prices that you can get them for, or what your monthly fee would be if you decided you don't want to pay for the phones up front, you just want it included in the plan. Let's see here. Some interesting things to know about Nextiva. Nextiva boasts about, and it is true, that they have all-American tech support. They do not outsource their tech support to outside countries like some of the other guys in the industry like Vonage Business or Ring Central and many more may do. And there's something to be said for that. Now, I'm not saying that I personally have a problem with outsourced tech support, because I work with the tech support with all these companies and customer service with all these companies all day. It doesn't bother me. But I do understand some people that might be older, not as tech savvy, or may not want to deal with the language barrier of somebody that they may not be able to understand their accent. They may find value in a company that has all American tech support. If you're that guy or that gal, Nextiva might be a good fit for you, because they're really big about not only are their technicians certified and trained, they're also all American US based tech support. Again, doesn't bother me, but some people may, you know, want that. And if you're that person, Nextiva might be worth looking into. Nextiva offers a free CRM system in their platform. I'm not going to go too far into detail about the CRM system. What I'm going to do is up top and in the description of this video, I'm going to link to a separate video where we talk more in depth about Nextiva's CRM. But if you're somebody who's watching this and you're thinking, man, you know, I'm a new business, or I'm getting to that point where I need a CRM, but I'd really love for my CRM to be able to communicate seamlessly with our phone system so that we can track and monitor and tag data that comes in not only within our team, but also for sales opportunities and things like that. Nextiva has an absolutely excellent CRM system that is included in the platform for free for all account holders that might be worth looking at for you. Again, I'm not going to go into the details and the benefits and pros and cons of that system. I have a whole separate video where I talk about that, and I'll link it in the cards and in the description on this video. So let's see here. One other really big thing that is really nice about Nextiva's phone system options, or the way that they price out their business pro plans, is all business pro plans with Nextiva include a free toll-free number and also a free virtual fax. This is a big one because most of the other carriers will typically charge somewhere in the realm of approximately $15 to $25 per month just for a toll-free number, and then another approximate $15 a month for a virtual fax. Nextiva includes this in every business pro plan for free. So it's approximately anywhere from a $30 to $45 per month saving in comparison to whatever other carrier you might be looking at. So this is a big one. Nextiva's customer service is okay, but I won't lie. Even though it is all American support, I have seen some problems with their support where I wouldn't say it's horrible, but I would say there could be some improvement in some areas. I'm not going to get into why I say that, mainly for legal reasons. It's a CYA, but I just want to let you guys know I have seen some carriers that have better support. But Nextiva support isn't bad. So if you're somebody who can deal with decent support but can also deal with when problems may arise. You might have to tell somebody, hey man, I'm a paying customer, I expect to be taken care of, and just kind of crack the whip a little bit. I still think Nextiva might be a good fit for you if all of the previous things we've talked about line up as far as price, capability, platform, so on and so forth. Let's see here. Some other things is, as I already mentioned, and I mentioned this in another video, Nextiva is the second most searched voice over IP provider out of the top 3. So if you're already researching phone systems, you've probably already noticed that Vonage Business, RingCentral, and Nextiva come up a lot in your search. Nextiva is number 2 most searched, up there with Vonage Business. They are a very close competitor to Vonage Business, and in some aspects, it's almost as if their platform has been built and designed to compete with Vonage directly. So again, that's just another fun fact or another point that I want to throw out there. In summary, our closing thoughts on Nextiva is pricing is good, typically ranging from approximately $19.85 to $24.95 per user per month, or per extension per month, depending on whether you need phones or don't need phones, or what phones you want, or additional add-on services you want to have in your platform. Contract terms with Nextiva are semi-negotiable. If you need phones, you're pretty much always going to be restricted to about a 24-month agreement. And if you want to get aggressive on the pricing of the phones or the plans, it's possible and it's negotiable, but you might have them say, hey, we'll cut you an even better deal on your monthly if you do a 36-month agreement. I've never personally seen any agreements with them that go over 36 months, but it's just something to remember there. Everything is negotiable. Just keep that in mind, especially if you're somebody with 10 to 20 extensions or higher. You can negotiate with Nextiva, within reason, because they're a business. They still got to make money too, just like every other business. Pricing is still great with Nextiva, in our opinion, for even the little guys that only need 1 phone to 5 phones or something like that, like work from home businesses or mom and pop shops that only need 1 to 3 phones or something like that. Their pricing, in our opinion, is still competitive and aggressive even for the little guy, while also their platform and pricing is scalable and good for the big guys. So that's a real nice thing with Nextiva, because there's some phone carriers out there, they don't want to touch you unless you have 5 to 10 extensions. They will quite literally say you're not big enough for us. With Nextiva, that's not the case. There's a plan for every budget and every business type with Nextiva, which is nice. Let's see here. You can carry, they typically, 2 things. Nextiva, because they are a SIP-based platform. If you've got phones from a previous carrier, or you want to get phones from online or something like that, they are typically compatible with most SIP-based phones that are out there. So if you're coming from another carrier, even though I always recommend you find out from Nextiva directly if your phones are supported by their platform, you typically can use your phones on their platform. The other thing is Nextiva will also let you port your business phone numbers over to them as well, which is obviously good if you're going to be leaving another carrier or leaving another phone service provider. So anywho, if you're watching this video and you're interested in Nextiva pricing, you're interested in a live demo of the platform, or just some Q&A to find out if the system even makes sense for you, or what the pricing would theoretically be for the services that you need and the size of your company, call me. I work with Nextiva pretty regularly. Again, Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, your go-to guy for the best deals on business phone and internet service in the United States. I'll talk to you guys again in the next video.